Archangel Michael is warning you. Do not open that door until you hear this message. Something powerful is approaching, and you must be spiritually ready to face it. This is not a message of fear. It is a message of preparation, of awareness, and of protection. If you are hearing these words, it is not by coincidence. You have been guided here because heaven wants you to pause before you step forward. Take a slow, deep breath. Feel your heart begin to calm. The air around you feels different, heavier, charged, as if something unseen is waiting just beyond the door. You may not know what it is, but your soul does. Archangel Michael whispers, "This is not about what stands outside. It is about what lies within." You are not being asked to hide or run, but to listen, because awareness is the armor of the awakened soul. Michael says, "The darkness sometimes comes not to destroy, but to test the strength of your light. Fear nothing, for you are protected by the highest energy in the universe, divine consciousness itself. But protection is not passive. It begins with awareness. You must know when to act and when to wait. You must learn to recognize the vibration of truth from the frequency of confusion. Not every sound that calls your name is meant to be answered. You feel a soft vibration in your chest, as if your heart is resonating with Michael's voice. Not every knock deserves your attention, he says. Some things appear at your door not to bless you, but to test your boundaries. So before you open any door, physical, emotional, or spiritual, pause. Close your eyes and ask yourself, does this bring peace? If the answer feels heavy, if your spirit tightens, if your breath shortens, do not open it. That is your intuition speaking. That is heaven's alarm bell ringing softly within you. You are being asked to remember who you are, not a victim of energy, but a guardian of it. Your body is a temple. Your home is sacred space. Your mind is a gateway between worlds. You decide what enters and what stays outside. Archangel Michael's light surrounds you even now, forming a radiant shield of blue and gold around your aura. The warmth you feel right now is not your imagination. It is energy aligning. It is heaven's signal that you are seen, known, and protected. He says, "Fear not the shadow that lingers beyond the door, for it only grows in the absence of awareness. Once you see it, it loses power." That is the secret. Awareness dissolves darkness. You do not need to fight. You do not need to run. You simply need to see. The energy that once intimidated, you cannot control you anymore when you understand its purpose. It exists to make you conscious of your strength. Now take another deep breath. Visualize a soft golden light forming around your heart. With each inhale, that light expands, filling your body. With each exhale, it forms a glowing barrier around you, a divine shield made of your own awakened energy. This is the vibration of protection. As you breathe, whisper softly, "I am protected by light." Say it again, slowly. Each word is a command to the universe. When you say it, heaven listens. Now imagine that light growing stronger, surrounding your home, your thoughts, your future. Nothing impure can pass through it. Nothing fearful can remain inside it. Archangel Michael stands at your door, his sword of light drawn, his wings wide and brilliant. The air hums with calm strength. You can sense him guarding you. His voice returns, deeper now. Every door in your life represents a choice. Choose peace over pressure. Choose clarity over chaos. Choose light over fear. The hallway of your mind fills with doors, opportunities, relationships, thoughts, memories. Some glow with light. Others are dim, uncertain, heavy. You do not need to open them all. Some are meant to stay closed. Michael's energy guides your hand toward the ones that feel warm, safe, alive. You realize something profound. Discernment is not rejection. It is protection. Saying no is not a sign of fear. It is an act of faith. Breathe again. The energy around you steadies. You are beginning to feel stronger, more centered. The initial unease fades. What once felt threatening now feels like a reminder. You have control. You have power. You are not here to be afraid. You are here to awaken. Michael whispers again, I am not here to shield you from life. I am here to teach you how to walk through it with wisdom. His sword gleams brighter, cutting through invisible threads of worry and confusion. Every lingering doubt begins to dissolve. Do not let the noise outside your door drown out the voice within, he says. If it is meant for you, it will bring peace. If it is not, it will demand urgency, fear, or pressure. Learn the difference. Those words echo in your heart. You think of situations in your life that made you uneasy, decisions that seemed good at first, but left you drained, people who spoke kindly, but carried heaviness behind their words. Michael is reminding you that unease was not random. It was your intuition, your angelic compass, telling you something was off. And now you are learning to listen. The door before you glows faintly, blue light spilling through its edges. You no longer see it as something to fear. It's a mirror, a reflection of your inner state. When your heart is at peace, the light flows smoothly. When your mind is chaotic, the light flickers. You realize the external world only mirrors the vibration within you. Michael's presence grows warmer, almost tangible. You can feel his calm authority, his divine patience. Every energy seeks permission to enter, he says. Nothing can cross the threshold of your soul unless you invite it. Remember that your yes carries power. Use it wisely. He asks you to repeat after him, not as a prayer, but as an affirmation of your sovereignty. Only what is meant for me may enter. Whisper it slowly, and as you do, feel a shift in the atmosphere. The blue light brightens, forming a shield in front of you. This is your energetic boundary, not made of walls, but of awareness. You have just claimed your spiritual space. Now take another deep breath. Feel the peace settling in your chest. Every part of you, your thoughts, emotions, and energy, begins to align. The sound of silence fills your inner world, calm yet alive. You no longer feel the urge to rush, to respond, or to open. You feel steady. Michael's wings unfurl, stretching wide, and his light expands outward, pushing away any trace of confusion or fear. The moment you choose awareness, darkness loses its place, he says. The moment you stand still in faith, chaos must retreat. You can almost see it, the unseen energies that once pulled at you fading into the distance, unable to touch your light. You understand now that fear feeds on reaction, but peace feeds on presence. And you have chosen presence. One last time, Michael speaks. This is your reminder. The door will knock again. It may come as a thought, a temptation, or an opportunity. But now you will know, because peace will be your signal. If it feels calm, it is safe. If it feels chaotic, it is not for you. The blue flame surrounding you flickers gently, strong yet serene. The air feels lighter. You can breathe freely again. You are protected. You are awake. You are aligned. Now slowly whisper once more, I am protected by light. As the words leave your lips, they echo softly in the air, not just around you, but through you. Archangel Michael smiles, unseen but deeply felt. The warning has been given, and the protection has begun. The air hums quietly around you. You can feel Archangel Michael's presence anchoring deeper into your space, a steady, unshakable force of calm. He says, you are safe now. The light has surrounded you, and no darkness can cross where awareness has been born. Those words carry weight, like a soft thunder that settles in your heart. You begin to understand that fear was never your enemy. Ignorance was. When you could not see, fear ruled. But now that you see, it loses its power. Awareness has replaced anxiety. Light has replaced uncertainty. Michael's voice continues, calm and absolute. This is not about hiding from the world. This is about learning to walk through it with clarity. You are not here to avoid life. You are here to master your vibration within it. You take another breath. It feels fuller this time, easier. The tension in your shoulders dissolves. The light inside you is spreading through your chest, your arms, your fingertips. You are starting to feel like you are glowing from within. The glow isn't just warmth. It's understanding. The angel's tone softens. Do you remember the times when you said yes because you were afraid to say no? When you opened doors you knew were not right for you, just to please others or avoid being alone. Those were not mistakes. They were lessons in discernment. You are wiser now. You realize how true that is. You recall the people, the situations, the opportunities that knocked at your door, and how some of them drained your energy. You feel gratitude, even for those experiences, because they taught you what alignment feels like. Michael says, when something feels heavy before it begins, it's not for you. When peace greets you first, that is your sign. He guides you now. Place your hand over your heart. You do. The energy there pulses softly. That is where truth lives, he says. That is where I speak to you. You listen. The silence between breaths becomes sacred. You can feel a vibration in your palm, subtle but powerful, like the steady beat of divine rhythm. Every time you are unsure, return here, he continues. Close your eyes. Ask, does this bring peace or pressure? The first feeling that arises is the answer. That is divine language. That is how heaven speaks. You nod softly, absorbing his words. You finally understand that discernment is not distrust. It's divine self-respect. It's saying, I love myself enough to wait for what feels right. Michael's light expands, forming a dome of blue energy around you. The air vibrates gently, as if the world itself is listening. You are entering a new phase of awareness, he says. No longer reactive, no longer impulsive. You will feel first, decide second, and act only when your soul says yes. You close your eyes again. The image of the door reappears in your mind, the same one from before. But now it looks different. The once flickering blue light around it is steady, strong, unthreatening. You realize that the door isn't something external. It represents your inner world. Every choice, every word, every emotion you allow, it all passes through this sacred threshold. Michael says, guard this door with intention. Let no bitterness, no envy, no fear pass through it. What you allow in your energy becomes your life. You breathe deeply, feeling the gravity of his message. You begin to visualize that each thought approaching you has a form. Some are bright, some shadowy, some unclear. You have the power to choose. You no longer have to absorb everything that comes your way. The light around you pulses brighter as you accept this truth. Say this with me, Michael instructs, his voice echoing softly in your consciousness. Only what is meant for me may enter. Only what is aligned with my peace may stay. You repeat the words slowly, and as you do, something shifts. The heaviness in the air fades. The shadows near the edges of your vision dissolve into light. You feel a sense of liberation, like closing an old chapter, like locking a door you didn't realize had been left open for too long. Michael continues, awareness is not about building walls. It's about letting your light decide what stays. Darkness cannot exist where light is consistently chosen. You realize how gentle this truth is. It isn't about control. It's about alignment. You are not pushing anything away in anger. You are simply choosing love, peace, and clarity over confusion and fear. The angel's wings rustle softly, a celestial sound that feels like the ocean breeze mixed with fire. His sword glows brighter, not as a weapon, but as a symbol. It reflects light in every direction. This sword is not to fight darkness, he says. It is to divide truth from illusion. When you see clearly, there is nothing left to fear. The words resonate deep within you. You understand that protection is not about isolation. It's about perception. You cannot be deceived when you can see. Now he guides you again. Breathe deeply, and with every exhale, release what isn't yours. You do. The first breath sends away old guilt. The second releases doubt. The third carries away residual fear. Each exhale feels lighter, freer. The air around you begins to sparkle with gold particles, tiny fragments of divine light. Michael's energy feels even closer now. His voice becomes a low hum of authority and love. Do not be afraid of tests. A test only measures what you already carry within. You have grown far beyond what once frightened you. You are no longer walking through shadows. You are creating the path with your light. Your eyes sting with emotion. Because you know he's right. You've been through storms before. You've faced uncertainty, doubt, heartbreak, loneliness. And yet, every time, you rose again. Maybe not immediately, but always eventually. And that resilience, that persistence, that faith, that is what makes you untouchable. Michael continues, the reason you were tested is because your light is needed. The reason you were warned is because your awareness will guide others. The protection you've built is not only for you, but for those who will stand near you. A realization dawns on you. The moment you protect your own energy, you automatically protect everyone connected to you. Your home, your loved ones, your circle of influence, they all benefit from the strength of your boundary. You are a guardian now, Michael says, not just of your own peace, but of the energy around you. When you stay calm, chaos has nowhere to grow. You feel this truth sinking deeper, like roots forming in sacred soil. You are the eye of the storm, still, unmoved, centered. Around you, the noise of life continues, but it no longer shakes you. You have become aware of your own stillness. Michael tells you gently, whenever confusion approaches, return to silence. In silence, truth reveals itself. In stillness, angels speak. You close your eyes once more and let the silence stretch. There is no tension in this quiet, only peace. The hum of divine presence fills the space. You can feel the pulse of heaven beating in rhythm with your heart. He whispers one last reminder for this moment. Before you open any door, ask your heart first. If peace answers, step through. If fear answers, wait. Light will never rush you. It will wait until you're ready. You smile softly, because now, for the first time, you truly understand. You are not just being protected, you are being trained. You are being prepared to live consciously, to move intentionally, to see beyond illusion. The blue light around you shimmers one last time, sealing your awareness like a golden signature written by heaven itself. You whisper quietly to yourself, I am protected by light. I am aware. I am calm. And as those words leave your lips, the world around you feels peaceful again, not because it changed, but because you did. The light surrounding you glows brighter, breathing in rhythm with your heartbeat. It feels alive, warm, intelligent, aware. It's no longer something outside of you. It's a part of you now. Archangel Michael's presence deepens, becoming both infinite and intimate, as if the entire sky has folded inward to stand behind you. He says softly, yet with a tone that carries divine certainty. Do you feel it? This stillness, this calm power, it's the truth of who you are. You were never meant to be afraid of the dark. You were meant to recognize that your light is what defines it. Those words settle deep inside you. The realization unfolds slowly. The darkness was never your enemy. It was your reflection, waiting to show you how powerful your awareness truly is. You understand now why you were warned not to open the door without preparation. It wasn't about physical danger. It was about energetic readiness. Michael continues, his voice firm but kind. You cannot control who knocks, but you can decide who enters. Not everything that calls your name is meant to stay. Not every opportunity disguised as light carries truth. Discernment is your greatest form of protection. You breathe deeply and realize how often you've opened doors too quickly, doors of trust, of emotion, of thought. Some brought blessings, others burdens. But through each, you learn to feel the subtle difference between peace and pressure. Peace has no urgency. It simply is. Pressure pushes. Peace invites. You can almost see it now, 1,000 invisible doors all around you, each leading somewhere different. Some shine with golden radiance. Others flicker uncertainly. You know you'll never have to guess again. Your body, your intuition, your heart, they are your compass. The warmth you feel when something is right, the constriction you feel when it's wrong, these are your signals from heaven. Michael's energy rises like a tide around you. You have always been protected, he says. But now, you are beginning to understand what divine protection truly means. It's not about being shielded from challenge. It's about being guided through it with awareness. You cannot be harmed when you walk with light. You place your hand over your chest again. The light underneath your skin glows brighter with every breath. It doesn't burn. It comforts. It feels like truth. You whisper quietly, I am surrounded by light. And the moment you say it, you feel it. Not metaphorically, literally. The air hums. Your energy expands outward in all directions. You can sense a boundary forming around you, invisible but unmistakably real. It is both delicate and indestructible, like a bubble of golden fire that responds to your every thought. Michael explains, that is your energy field, your temple of awareness. Every thought you allow, every emotion you feed, strengthens or weakens it. Choose carefully. What you think about repeatedly becomes the tone of your vibration. His words echo through your body like a pulse. You realize how often your thoughts have been open doors, letting in fear, worry, or anger without question. But now you see it. You are the gatekeeper. You always have been. Michael's wings spread wide, filling your inner vision with blue fire. His sword glows brighter than before, casting reflections of golden light across the walls of your consciousness. You see this light? He asks. It is not mine, it is yours. I am only showing you what was always inside you. My sword does not create protection. It awakens remembrance. You inhale sharply as those words ripple through you. Somewhere deep inside, a memory stirs, an ancient knowing that you are older than fear itself, that your soul remembers peace as its native language. Michael continues, each time you choose awareness over reaction, your light strengthens. Each time you pause before acting, you create space for heaven to work through you. That is what mastery looks like, not the absence of challenge, but the presence of consciousness. A scene forms in your mind. A door begins to open slowly, light spilling from behind it. But this time, you don't feel panic. You feel curiosity, calm, and authority. You are no longer the person waiting for something to happen. You are the one deciding what is allowed to happen. Michael's voice lowers, carrying an almost fatherly tone. Do you understand now why I said not to open the door too soon? It was never about danger. It was about timing. Some energies come too early, before you're ready to receive them. But divine timing is perfect. When you align with light, you'll never miss what is meant for you. You nod silently. Everything inside you clicks into place. The waiting, the uncertainty, the delays, all of it makes sense now. Nothing was ever late. It was being aligned. Michael gestures with his sword, tracing a line of golden fire in the air before you. The line transforms into a radiant doorway of pure energy. It pulses softly, as if it's alive. This, he says, is the doorway of divine will. It opens not through effort, but through alignment. The more you trust, the wider it becomes. You step closer in your mind's eye, feeling warmth radiating from it. You do not open it, yet you simply stand before it, breathing in the calm power it emits. Michael speaks again. Before you cross any threshold, stop and ask, is this driven by fear or guided by love? The question will always reveal the truth. You repeat his words softly. They feel like sacred keys in your mouth. You can feel their vibration, unlocking something within you, an understanding that protection and freedom can coexist. You are protected because you are free. The angel's wings flare again, and his light swells until it fills everything around you. You can no longer see him distinctly, but you can feel his essence everywhere, steady, radiant, unwavering. He says, your awareness is now a living flame. When shadows approach, you do not need to fight. Simply turn on the light. That is all it takes. You breathe deeply, and in that breath, something extraordinary happens. You sense a wave of peace spreading outward from your body, moving through walls, through time, through other hearts. You realize your energy doesn't end at your skin. It ripples through creation itself. Every act of awareness you hold creates more awareness in others. Michael's voice returns one last time in this moment, soft but clear. You have passed through the first door, the door of awareness. But remember, every moment will present new ones. Do not open them out of curiosity or fear. Open them with intention, with love, with trust. For what is meant for you will never knock in confusion. It will arrive in peace. The blue and gold light begins to fade slightly, but it doesn't leave you. It settles into you, merging with your own energy field. You can still feel Michael's presence, but it's quieter now, like a guardian watching from just behind the veil. You whisper softly, "Thank you." And in response, you hear not with your ears, but with your heart. Awareness is the door. Faith is the key. Use both wisely. The world around you grows still again. The door of your perception remains open, but no longer vulnerable. You are no longer standing in fear of what might come. You are standing in mastery of what is. You place your hand over your heart once more and say aloud, "Only what is meant for me may enter." I walk with awareness, not with fear. The energy that responds to those words is pure, golden, and alive. The door before you glows brightly for a final moment, then gently disappears, leaving only light. You realize it was never about keeping something out. It was about remembering the power of what's already within. You are not waiting for safety to come to you. You are safety. You are light. And because of that, nothing unaligned can ever touch you again. The golden light around you begins to settle into stillness. It no longer flickers like fire. It flows, gentle and alive, like water made of sunlight. The space feels weightless, and the air hums softly, as if the universe itself is exhaling with relief. Archangel Michael's presence is steady beside you, protective yet calm, like a guardian who knows the storm has already passed. His voice returns warm, grounded, powerful. Now you understand. Protection was never something you needed to seek outside of yourself. It has always been the natural result of awareness and alignment. You are not simply being watched over. You are participating in your own divine safety. Those words echo deeply within you. The meaning expands in layers. Protection, you realize, is not about hiding from life or blocking out experiences. It's about remembering who you are when life becomes uncertain. The moment you remember your light, everything around you reorganizes itself to match that frequency. Michael continues, "Fear was never your enemy. Fear was a messenger. It arrived to show you where you had forgotten your power. You do not need to silence it. You only need to listen and understand its purpose. When you meet fear with awareness, it transforms into guidance. You let those words wash over you. For a long time, you believed fear meant something was wrong, that it was a warning of danger. But now you see that fear can also be a compass, showing you where you still need to stand in your truth. You feel a quiet gratitude toward the very thing you once resisted. The angel's light brightens. Awareness changes everything, he says. You have learned to pause before opening the door. You have learned to ask the right questions. And you have learned that peace is not weakness, it is mastery. A memory surfaces in your mind moments when you rushed, reacted, or opened your heart too quickly to things that drained you. But instead of guilt, you feel peace. Because now you know, every choice, even the ones that hurt, taught you something sacred. Without them, you wouldn't recognize truth as clearly as you do now. Michael speaks again, his tone filled with grace. Forgive yourself for every time you opened the wrong door. Each one brought you closer to understanding which doors are meant for you. Divine wisdom is not learned in perfection. It is learned in experience. You nod, eyes closed, letting his words sink into your heart. You realize that every lesson has been leading to this calm, this clarity, this awakening. The door that once symbolized danger now feels like an invitation to deeper trust. Look again, he says. You visualize the door from before, but this time it glows with pure white light. There is no fear, no uncertainty. The energy feels familiar, welcoming, sacred. It's no longer a test. It's a reflection. Michael explains, this is not a door you need to fear. It's the door of alignment, the one that opens when you are ready, not when you are desperate. You are not being forced to open it. You are being invited to walk through it in faith. You step closer in your imagination. The door pulses faintly with your own heartbeat, as if responding to your readiness. Every fiber of your being knows what lies beyond it is peace, expansion, and truth. There's nothing to fear anymore, because fear cannot follow where awareness is gone. Michael's voice softens. Say these words before you walk through. Only what is meant for me may enter. I walk with peace, I walk with faith, I walk with light. You repeat them slowly, letting each word resonate through your body. The sound vibrates through your chest, like a mantra of strength and serenity. The door opens not with effort, but with ease. There is no sound, no resistance, just light. A flood of white and gold envelops you, filling every part of your being. In that light, you see glimpses of what's ahead, not clear images, but feelings. Calm, love, expansion, synchronicity. You sense that the world you are stepping into isn't a new place. It's the same world, seen with new eyes. The external hasn't changed, but your perception has, and that changes everything. Archangel Michael's presence stands behind you like a mountain of peace. You can feel his energy smiling. Now you walk as one who knows, he says. You will still encounter challenges, but you will no longer mistake them for danger. You will meet uncertainty, but you will greet it with awareness. This is how angels walk the earth, calm, awake, aligned. A warm breeze of energy moves through you, clearing the last remnants of fear. You feel lighter, taller, clearer. Every step you take feels guided. Every breath feels like a blessing. Michael's tone becomes almost tender now. There will come moments when your faith is tested again. The world will knock at your door in different disguises, some bright, some shadowed. When that happens, do not fall into reaction. Remember what you learned here. Pause, breathe, feel. You can hear the echo of his first message. Don't open that door till you hear this. Now you finally understand. The message was never about an actual door. It was about patience, awareness, and the power of conscious choice. Michael's wings unfold again, their blue flame wrapping around you like a cocoon. The true meaning of protection, he says, is not separation, it is discernment. You are protected not because danger disappears, but because your vision is clear enough to recognize what's true. You inhale deeply, feeling gratitude rise through you. You whisper softly, I trust my light. I trust divine timing. I trust myself. The golden energy swirls in response, strengthening with every word. You realize that you've become part of the message itself. You are no longer the listener. You are the carrier. Michael's warning has transformed into empowerment. His caution has turned into confidence. He speaks one last time, voice radiant and timeless. Now share the light. Tell others to pause before they open the door. Remind them that their power is in awareness. What you share multiplies. Every awakened soul helps another remember. That is how heaven expands through consciousness. You feel the truth of that in your bones. It's not just about protection anymore. It's about transmission. Awareness isn't meant to be kept. It's meant to ripple outward. The light begins to shift again, moving through you like a current. You feel it flowing from your heart outward, touching everything around you, your home, your loved ones, even people you've never met. It spreads silently, invisibly, but powerfully. Somewhere, someone else will feel safer tonight because of your awareness. Michael's final words settle like a blessing. You are safe. You are guided. You are light. And whenever the world feels heavy again, return here. Remember this silence. Remember this light. I will always be standing at your door, not to keep you from the world, but to remind you of who you are as you walk through it. You close your eyes and let those words become part of your breath. The room feels peaceful, sacred. You sense that the message is complete, but the transformation continues. You are no longer waiting for angels to appear, because you now know how to feel them. You whisper one last affirmation, your voice steady and sure. I am protected by light. I am guided by love. I am free. The golden glow softens and settles into your chest, where it will stay. The door behind you fades away, leaving only open space and serenity. The silence is no longer empty. It is full of divine presence. You realize that every knock, every test, every uncertainty was always guiding you back to this stillness. The challenge is over. The lesson is learned. And as you breathe in the calm, you understand the final truth of Archangel Michael's warning. You are never being told not to open the door out of fear. You are being taught how to recognize your own light before you do. And now you are ready.